problem, we're going to classify a set of various functions with the graphs that they would create in the coordinate plane. So first of all, we're just going to make a list here that you can copy them down, but you can try to understand what each one is on its own, so that way when we match on the next slide, it'll be a little bit more fun for you. So in general, x equals 2. When we graph x equals 2, this will look like a vertical line. In other words, wherever it shows up in the graph, it'll look like this. In particular, this one would go through x equals 2, but a vertical line means up and down. Y equals a number. When y equals a fixed number, this is going to end up looking like a horizontal line. A horizontal line. So that means it's going to be a left-right line, which means it will look like that. Interestingly, the x-axis is a horizontal line and the y-axis is a vertical line. So you can think of the letters as kind of inverting because of the way they're related. When we graph y equals 2x plus 1, since this number here is positive, we will be seeing a positive slope line. It'll be a line that will go uphill over time. It'll go up over time. And conversely, on the other hand, if the coefficient to the x happens to be negative in the same type of form, we're going to end up getting here a negative sloped line. Negative sloped line. And so its graph in general, if I were to graph it out, would look something like that. Now in the last two examples, we don't have x's, we have x's squared, x's to powers. So these are going to be different types of shapes. In the first case, since we have a positive number out in front, this will be what I will call a happy parabola. We're going to end up having a happy parabola, which means it's going to open upward. So the graph of such an object would look something like that, a smiley face. Whereas when we have a negative coefficient out in front of the x squared, this is going to end up being not a happy parabola, this one's going to be a sad parabola. So it's, instead of opening upwards, it's going to be opening downwards. And these are the lines and the parabolas. All of these shapes kind of cover all of the lines and the parabolas up to transformations of these shapes. So now, pause the video and see if you can match each function on the left with the shape that would be created if you drew it on a graph. Assuming you pause for a moment and tried this on your own, let's just go in order of the blue. Y equals 3x squared is an x squared graph, so this means it's going to be a parabola, and positive means it's going to be happy. So this is going to connect with happy parabola. Here we have an x, not an x squared, and a negative sign, so this is going to be a line, and because of the negative, it's going to be a negatively sloped line. So that's going to come down to here. X equals -1. Remember that x equals a particular number will in general be a vertical line, so this is going to be matched with a vertical line moving us back up here. And then y equals -2x squared plus 3x plus 5 is going to be a parabola because of the x squared, and it's going to be sad because of the -2. So where's sad parabola? Looks like it's down there. Now y equals 5, looking at just the y and no extra variable, means that this is going to be a horizontal line. So it's going to go straight across to horizontal line. And then process of elimination will fill in the last one, but just for extra practice here, the x means that it's going to be a line, and the fact that it's a positive number out in front means we're looking at a positively sloped line. So hopefully you got the same matches that we did.